Okay. All right. Welcome to the webinar for the Master of Education in Literacy and Second Language Studies program here at UC Online. Our presenters today, myself, Alison Kreyling. I'm an Enrollment Services Advisor at UC and work with many different Master of Education graduate programs.
And I'm Jill Altus. I'm the Director of Graduate Academics and Learning here within the School of Education.
So our agenda for today, we are going to hit some program highlights, cover the curriculum overview of the program, describe who would be the best applicant in person to apply for this program, tell you about the UC Online experience, go through the admissions requirements, our academic calendar, our tuition and fees breakdown, and also cover some frequently asked questions.
So a little bit about the program, the highlights. The Literacy and Second Language Studies program focuses on reading, writing, and language. Our program is practitioner-based, and students are paired with a faculty mentor throughout their program time. Just a little bit about that bullet. We really speak to the teacher and the needs of the teachers. So we try not to have our program designed heavy in writing papers or things that teachers maybe wouldn't use in their day-to-day jobs. So we try to take lesson plans, things that maybe teachers are having challenges with, and designing new solutions for those types of challenges. We have a flexible schedule, so students can graduate in 2 years if they're part-time, which many teachers go into our program on a part-time basis. Our program is 100% online, and it is designed for the busy working professional. And that's most. Our concentrations, we have 2 within this program. We have a pre-K to 16 literacy and learning and instruction, so that centers around reading. And then we have a pre-K teaching English as a second language, which is the TESL for reading. And our faculty, most faculty here are tenured track faculty. They've been teaching programs for a very long time, so you're going to have very experienced faculty members. Very rarely in this program will you have most faculty that you will have been here for 10. So that's also really nice. A little bit about our curriculum. So this first page is centered around literacy and learning instruction, so reading instruction. Our program has 10 courses. We designed this program to be a little bit more flexible in that you have 2 electives. The first course, Literacy, Learning and Instruction, is an overview course. So that's a course that we recommend if it is being offered in the semester that you enroll, that you start with first to get your feet a little wet. You understand sort of a little bit more of reading, and then you go into how does theory of reading help supplement the practice that you're doing within your classroom. We have 2 practicum courses. We've designed this with teachers in mind, so you're not going to feel burdened by the hours that you will get. Most teachers who do the practicum use their own students in their classroom. It's designed to help teachers understand how children who struggle with reading, how we can better help them. So the hours really designed around school. That's an option that we get. I think it calms teachers to know that we're really each week really enhance the curriculum in their own. We have the principles of organized literacy curriculum. So this helps you design a unit plan within your own classroom. And then we have literacy as linguistic and cultural tool, which is about how do we use culture within literacy and diversity within our own classroom. I skipped one, the foundations of first and second language learning. That is about the ESL side of things. So you're going to dabble a little bit on the other side of the concentration with learning more about TESL and how that impacts your classroom. And then finally, we have our 2 electives. Those are open-ended. You can take a special ed course. You could take a curriculum and instruction course. Many often take global education, which we will talk about more in the next slide. And then you have your master's culminating experience. So this is a project that you'll work on. And it's like your big overview, your big project where you will be working to help design either a unit plan, paper, something like that. It's really open-ended for you to determine. And then we have the TESL side of the program. So again, we've already went over foundations of first and second language learning. It's a very intro level course on how to learn more about what it looks like to be a language learner in the United States or globally. You also take the literacy as a linguistic and cultural tool course. Well, you have the projects course, the culminating experience. And then this is where we get into more heavy on the TESL side of things. We have applied linguistics, so looking at language very closely is in reference to that course. Sociolinguistics and bilingual education is looking at more of the social impact of language and what that means within your own classroom. Pre-K-12 methods is bringing in new methods to help support ESL students that might be in your classroom. And then we have evaluation and assessment. So how do we assess those students? What ways can we better implement better assessments for second language learners? We have a practicum. It's the same exact as the reading one. It's just not split into 2 courses, but it's using ESL students to help better support them. And that's what that practicum is about. This question we get, can we use our own ESL students in a classroom? Yes, we can. And then we have content-based second language education. This is more of a deeper dive, I would say, into the foundations of what second language learning looks like within education. And then we have global education, and global education is an overview of how do we help families, parents, aunts, uncles, people who are a part of the children's lives. How do we better help support them within the classroom? So some of those projects look like, what kind of materials do we send home to parents? How do we communicate to parents? How do we communicate to the children who then communicate to their parents? I like this course. So that one is the same. So who is right for this program? Those who are passionate about helping others and bridging the language barrier will benefit from this graduate program. So right now, what we're seeing within just even our state, or even honestly across the United States, the impact of COVID. So students were really impacted with their reading development. So somebody who would be interested in the program could be a teacher who has noticed that a lot of their students are maybe 2 grades behind in reading. So this would help teachers to learn how to better help students to get to the grade level that they are at in reading. So it's struggling readers. But what we're finding right now is that many students are struggling in reading. So it's to help support teachers with those challenges. It's also to help support teachers who might have an influx of second language learners in their classroom, right? We are a type of global country. We have students from all over, especially in this region. So it's really designed to help teachers, to help students learn English in ways that look supportive. Also, it could be to become a reading specialist, a curriculum specialist, or even within the community, right? Helping community ESL. So this isn't just designed for classrooms, it can be designed for adults as well in the TESL field. So we have endorsements that we offer. So some teachers who say, you know what, I'm maybe not ready for the master's program quite yet. I'm just really interested in the endorsement. We offer those programs. So we have a Teaching English of Speakers of Other Language, so a TESL endorsement. That's 15 courses. Those 15 courses can transfer into a master's program. So if you decide to just start with the endorsement, you have half of a master's program done by the 15 credit hours. So that's really a great tool if you're just not ready yet. And then we have a reading endorsement. The same thing applies. It's fully online, as well as the TESL endorsement. Both are fully online. They're 15 credits. Both are 15 credits. And if you just need a reading endorsement, or you're just not sure yet about applying for a master's program, you can start here, and all those credits will transfer into a master's program. And if you're interested more about the endorsements, they are on the program page as well.
All right, so the overall UC online experience is going to be very similar to as if you were taking courses on site as well. You're going to receive start to graduation support, starting with myself, an Enrollment Services Advisor, or one of my team members will kind of get you through the beginning process in applying, getting all of your materials submitted. And then if you're accepted into the program, handing you off to your next point of contact, which will be your great support that you'll receive from your student success coordinator. They will be with you throughout the duration of your program as well. Not only them, but you'll also have your normal academic advisor too. So you will have access to all of the normal University of Cincinnati resources, just like any other student would. You will also have the opportunity to attend an online student orientation to get you ready. Get any questions answered that you still need covered. Financial aid is available for this program, available to look into and apply for if you're interested. And then you will have networking opportunities just like any other student. You'll have great faculty members that have vast experience in the field, and then you'll get to interact with your cohort course throughout your courses, your cohort members. They're going to bring in different experiences to share with you as well. So some of the admissions requirements that you're going to need when you're thinking about applying to the program. It does require a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution. The overall minimum GPA is going to be a 3.0 or higher from where you did receive your undergrad degree. You're going to submit 2 letters of recommendation. We do suggest finding recommenders that can kind of attest to your academic and your professional abilities. So an administrator, a supervisor, boss, manager, somebody that would be willing to submit that for you. Then you'll also create a goal statement and upload that to your application. That's going to be kind of a brief overview and explanation of why you're looking for this program, how is this going to help you ultimately with your academic and your professional goals for yourself. You will want to upload an updated resume, and then also your transcripts from where you received your undergrad degree. So we do have 3 start dates throughout every year: fall, spring, and summer. All of our courses, like Jill mentioned, this one included, are going to be 100% online. So for this master's course or the endorsements, you're not going to ever be required to come to campus for any reason, which makes it very flexible with scheduling. We want to make sure that we're very accommodating for all of our students with all of their busy work, family, at-home schedules. And then the earlier you apply, the earlier you will find out if you are accepted into the program. So we always suggest, getting your stuff submitted and ready to go as soon as possible. And there is a chance of being able to find out early on if you get accepted into that next term. So here's the program fee overview, the tuition kind of breakdown, whether you're going to be a part-time or full-time student. Most times with these master's programs, especially if you're working full-time, most students do enroll as a part-time student. So the breakdown of what the fees look like and whether you are an Ohio resident or an out-of-state resident, the cost per credit hour for Ohio residents is $746 per credit hour. And then out of state is just a little bit higher with $761 per credit hour. So here are some frequently asked questions that we get when students are looking into this program. One of them is, what is the format for these classes? Like how does it look? What is it like throughout the week? And as we mentioned before, they are going to be asynchronous. So that means that you're never going to have to log in on a certain day or time. You're going to always have access to your schedule, your assignments. You'll receive your due dates way in advance so that you know throughout that week when are they due. And then you kind of log in as you see fit through that weekly time frame of when you can kind of get your coursework completed and done.
A little bit more about that. So it says it's in a 7-week format. We offer that during summer when teachers are off of work, but during the fall and spring semester, the courses are 14 weeks in length. But again, all of those are online. We usually offer more courses over the summer to help teachers complete more courses just because they have more time. And yes, you will have due dates, but the faculty are really flexible. So if you have something come up, you're on vacation, whatever it may be, they're usually very understanding, turning in your work, but you will never have to be. So is this school or program accredited? Yes, it is accredited from the Higher Learning Commission. It's also CAPE accredited. And so we take the accreditation very seriously here. And it is a very qualified program.
Another question we sometimes get is, what will studying kind of look like throughout each week? So it does kind of vary based on what course you're taking and whether, you know, a little bit more goes into it or not. So it does depend on how many courses you're taking, how many credit hours you are taking. But we do tell students that on average, spend anywhere between 3 to 5 hours each week for every credit hour that you're taking. Most of the credits on average are 3 credit hours per course in this program as well. So that would be around anywhere between 9 to 15 hours studying for and putting in that work time for your assignments and whatever projects you're working on for your courses.
And the last question, which concentration should I choose and why? It really depends on your situation within your own classroom or within your own job or career. The reading instruction is really designed for teachers who want to help struggling readers. And then the other side of the coin is for teachers who want to help second language learners learn English. These are two very different programs. So it just really depends on your situation or what you see your career path looking like. But both are great.
All right, so if you are interested in finding out a little bit more, or you would like to talk to myself or one of my teammates to kind of get started in those beginning stages, please feel free to reach out. You can also take a look at all of this information that was provided on our program website as well. And here is both of our information and contact for numbers and emails. Feel free to message us and reach out and contact us with any questions that you have. We'd be happy to help you. Thank you so much for joining us today.